The top teams of LOL esports. Welcome to Gaming Clash. If you enjoy this type of content, then subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our latest and greatest uploads. Number 5. T1. After one of the most dominant splits in the LCK in spring, T1 wasn't able to replicate the same results in summer. Despite finishing second, they looked shaky at moments and were run over by 𝐥𝐤𝐤 in the finals. While it may seem like an involution, the general sentiment is that T1's weaknesses were exploited in the second part of the season. We saw how they could get away with non-optimal drafts, as the individual players could fill the gaps with their own talents. When everyone proved, however, T1's problems persisted. Number 4. 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐞. We had mixed feelings when deciding where to put 𝐦𝐤𝐤 on this list. Being the current world champions, we wanted to put them in the top 3 since they have an additional reason to perform this year. With that being said, we think that the top 3 teams are a tier above the rest, which made me put 𝐦𝐤𝐤 4th in this list. The team's shining points are for sure the bot lane players. Viper is one of the best ADCs in the world, period. Solid laning phase and always ready to make the plays and carry the team fights on his back, with 𝐼𝐸 covering for any of his mistakes. We're slightly worried about how the best champions for Viper, Zeri, Sivir, Kalista, were nerfed and how that might impact 𝐸𝐤𝐤 overall. The team also had a weird moment where 𝐥𝐤𝐤 wasn't delivering and Junjia played in his stead. 𝐸𝐤𝐤 is a team that largely depends on their jungler for the general pace of the game, so they are influenced harder than most teams when the player is underperforming. Luckily for them, 𝐥𝐤𝐤 made a strong comeback in the playoffs as well as the regional finals. What we like about 𝐸𝐤𝐤 is that they have a mixed combination of LCK and LPL, playing both the macro game as well as going for the play when necessary. They might not be as explosive as other teams, but having more composure can make the difference in vital games. The podium for our LOL World's Power Rankings. Number 3. Top esports. The main reason for our choice is primarily results-based. They seem to be overconfident in some situations, and people can forget Jackie Love's jump as Zeri in Game 5 of the LPL Summer Finals, as Tess ended second in both splits, always losing in Game 5. It can happen due to the pressure or the nerves of the series. The fact that it happened on 2 occasions raises some questions. Nevertheless, Tess are a formidable team with top-class players across all roles. 𝐼𝐸, Tian were consistent throughout the season, and 𝐽𝑒ward, despite some ups and downs, proved that he's a must in this lineup. Overall, we're still expecting them to fight for the top spot in groups and go deep into the tournament. But if they face one of the other top 2 teams before that, we think the top esports chances of advancing will be slimmer. Number 2. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿. 𝐥𝐤𝐤 is one of the big favorites of the tournament. Following a crushing dominance in the LCK summer, all hopes by Korean fans will be on 𝐥𝐤𝐤 this year. The team has managed to put together the best non-T1 talents from the league, and results have finally paid off. Ruler and 𝐿ehens are the undisputed number 1 bot lane from LCK. They can play a lot of different combinations, and you can always feel their impact on the game regardless of their gold situation. 𝐦𝐸 continues to terrorize the mid lane in team fights, with Doran holding off his own in the top lane. The most surprising member for me was Peanut, the LCK Finals MVP. After some rough years, he made his way back to a top-tier roster and he improved a lot, especially in the way he plays. He's still mechanically strong, but his game sense and adaptability are what's making him so valuable this year. Number 1. JDG Gaming. JDG are for us the number 1 team in our world's 2022 power rankings. As the current LPL champions, considered by most as the best region in the world, it was logical to put them first. Considering how important the early game is this season, as well as having strong team fighting ability, 𝐾navi is the perfect player that ticks both boxes. He's a very flexible player that can play both utility as well as carry style. On a roster like JDG, he's given a lot of freedom. This is also thanks to all the other teammates, who all can adjust depending on the enemies and the draft. 𝐤𝐤𝐤 earned the finals MVP, with Hope and Missing being consistent and the backbone of JDG's team fights. And with that, we've reached the end of this video all about the top teams of LOL esports. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for content just like it.